Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video over here. Now, we have a little bit more when it comes to the whole Nurosama drama, because people right now are actually calling out the entire channel for being like greedy, trying to milk viewers, trying to milk subs, and just trying to make as much money as he possibly could when it came to this whole entire subathon. Now, this is mainly on the Reddit end, and I'm sure if you guys have ever been on some social medias, some people are not happy. And no offense if you are an active Redditor, but I've definitely been on my cases of Reddit where I've seen some very unhappy, very unhinged, and very strange people that are online just a little bit too much. But it kind of opens up an interesting discussion. I would love to hear your thoughts and comments down below, more so on the big idea of some of the very, very large content creators doing subathons, because that's actually driven a lot of, I guess, negative attention or negative thoughts when it comes to these content creators. Kai Cenat's a really good example where he got a lot of hate, a lot of critique, and a lot of negative feedback when it came to him running his Mafiathon 3, where he actually rose over 1 million subscribers on his channel. And of course, right now, Reddit has been calling out Nurosama and saying that the entire channel has gotten too greedy. And it's like people who even support these things are just dumb. And I'm actually genuinely curious to see what you guys think down below as we go throughout this video. And as well, I just want to also say, hopefully I'm not overstaying my thoughts on this. I just feel like a lot of these videos and topics are kind of interesting for me to discuss. So if you guys don't mind, or if you guys enjoy them, feel free to subscribe. We are technically a gossip channel here. We cover like Twitch news and gossip, but just right now, this is just in my honest opinion, I'm very intrigued on it. I've done the deep dive. At this point, I've like looked into all this feedback. And at this point, I guess I've kind of defended Nurosama and the whole community quite a bit. So I'm invested. Like, I hope you guys don't mind. But of course, we will cover other videos. We'll have probably another one later on tonight. So thank you guys all for the subscribers and anyone who's checking out the stuff, or the Twitter and Twitch people down below. You never have to, but if you just enjoy, feel free to leave your thoughts down below. But like I said, this is kind of open up that intriguing thing where, I guess, when is enough? How much is too much? And of course, a lot of Reddit hate trains, and yeah, I just want to hear your thoughts. So anyway, this was on Reddit the other day, and there was this one big thing about them kind of basically announcing that they were the top 3 most subscribed channel. If you guys missed that news, although I'm sure you guys are on top of that, right now, Vedal on his Neurosama account is technically the top 3 of all time subscribed channels, beating Jason the Ween, beating Iron Mouse, beating Ludwig, and the overall subathon was a massive success. And I'm sure you guys also know too, and I can guarantee you this because I myself have a 3.5 split, if you guys even just look at just sub numbers alone, this is probably at least over $1 million. A very large paycheck, a lot of hard effort to get to this point, and a very, very supportive community. So if you guys were a part of that, congratulations. That was very sweet of you. And also don't forget there's also ad money mixed on in, because if you guys look through also the channel itself, these are getting millions of views. 1.4 millions of views plus ads running, 300,000 views plus ads running. Like, all these VODs are very, very long. They're getting millions of views. And obviously on Twitch, you get a little slightly higher compared to YouTube because you're doing live interactions, and live people can also see ads multiple times as well. I'm sure you get, or even like think a pre-roll ad, then you sit there and you're still counted as a viewer, and then it adds up over time. So basically, I would say actually pretty deserved, probably a multi-million-dollar paycheck. Ads pay a lot of money, a lot of money, even in January itself, and obviously with the subs, etc. But a lot of people online were upset about this. So I'm gonna give you guys this clip. Basically, this is when he came in, join it, and it's somewhat out of context, but not really, sort of ish. And like, just let up.
Money. I'm still trying to decide what I should do for my next evil scheme.
What's good, evil?
Oh, what a surprise. All it takes is for people to start talking about money for you to suddenly join VC. I should have known you couldn't resist being here when we were talking about subs.
Right. Well, I mean, it's actually kind of is the reason. You know, we actually just hit the 3rd most subscribed streamer of all time.
So this was like a few days ago when they actually finally had, I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago. And people, for some odd reason from this clip, we'll show in a second, were getting upset about this. And it's a weird one, because I do want to say, whenever people do these subathons, I've done a subathon myself, and it is kind of a big way to support a streamer. It's more, if you do it out of the kindness of your heart, it's like disposable money. Like, you enjoy the stream, you enjoy the content, and you're not like taking out an extra mortgage, not spending money on a credit card that you don't have, not taking money away from your like little baby child who needs to have diapers. You know, as long as you're actually like doing normal spending and you spend money on yourself, I feel like this is okay to go and spend money on it. Like, as long as it's something enjoyable, as long as it's like you're not putting yourself out too much. Apparently people on Reddit just hate it regardless. I don't know. So I do want to stand by, there is a little bit of a critique on it, or something like a Kai Cenat, or if you're only thinking more about the idea of like money, if you want to take a sponsor, you can make so much more money when it comes to sponsorships as a whole. When it comes to content, like say I had this one friend, it kind of milked me enough, like it irked me enough that I want to go talk about it. One of my friends at a time when he was a larger streamer had a $5,000 an hour offer to go and do FIFA. We used to play FIFA all the time when we were kids. So it was a $10,000 2-hour sponsor through EA at the time. And he just decided to not do it. Why? And to this day, it still irks me, because if you watching this could go make $10,000 working 2 hours, would you guys do it? Now, the main reason why he didn't take it was because it was outside of his normal streaming hours. It was a few hours after the fact when he would normally end his stream. Now, at the time, I was like, hey, you could just go and start your stream later and just do the sponsor. Or you could just go and stream an extra 3 hours, because if you can go and stream an extra 3 hours, then at that point, you can just quite literally make $10,000 and take the next 2 weeks off and be fine. And of course, he just never took it. He just, I don't know, was just very, very on the schedule side and just never did. Now, if you guys ever look at bigger content creators, like look at Ninja, look at XQC, people taking these kick deals for hundreds of millions of dollars, Ninja going to Mixer, sponsors paying like 6 figures, 7 figures sometimes for sponsored brands. Like typically, if they only want to make money, you just be farming ads nonstop. And that's one thing I kind of want to defend Nurosama on this a little bit, because when it came to these clips and these comments, a lot of people, especially on Reddit, were against this. You know, like even comments like, what's wrong with people in the sub, man? I occasionally browse because I like Twitch, but it's always full of unhappy people who complain about everything. Like, what do you guys do for a living? And there's just like some people saying, well, so just political streamers, whatever. But this is where people are calling out Nurosama and Vedal for being like greedy. But obviously Reddit, there's a lot of mean people on Reddit. And I think, as I mentioned, it's just like a part of the community, or it's something you enjoy. I don't mind throwing like 20, 30 bucks, 50 bucks and throw a few gifters because I can. You know, I have a normal job, I have money, I don't mind if I support the content, I'm not against it. And I don't think there's anything wrong if you support something you like, and I do think Vedal doesn't seem like someone who seems very flashy. Like, as I've kind of gone through this community and I've met people through it all, I have kind of seen like everyone just seems nice, like artsy, cutesy people, and doesn't seem like this dude's buying like wristwatches, flexing, and being like, oh my god, he's got a brand new Lamborghini, thanks guys. Oh, you know, I'm gonna go buy my 3rd ranch on the hills because I'm gonna be making even more bank running ads. And now when it comes to these things, yeah, they can make a lot of money. Like, sure, you can go be making $1 million. Like, you can make $1.1 million off the subs on this normal split. Sure. But it doesn't seem like it's like bad. It doesn't seem like they're milking you. But a lot of people are like, I don't get how you can even give money to subathons. It's the most self-aggrandizing thing a streamer can do. Is letting an event begging for donations even though they're already millionaires. Or even worse, when the streamer just does their normal schedule and some don't even leave the stream on. Like literally streaming like they always do, which is more cringy begging, especially egregious for seasons-based games like PoE. There are people who literally do a subathon every league, and as long as there is dumb to waste your money on, people will do it. Good for him, I guess, but personally, I'll never send the appeal to these kind of content, and subscribing or subathons in general. Does subathon? Guys, please stop giving me money. Bunch of question marks too. And then people complain about how there's AI streams, and instead of when Kai Cenat shows up, they're spamming W's. It's all this, you know? Now, I'm one of those people out here where, like I said, as long as someone's not going extreme on this end, I think it's okay. I don't think there's nothing that wrong. You throw 5 gift subs, you enjoy the stream you put in the background. Like, what's wrong with that? The guy's put some decent hard work into it all. Like, what's wrong with that? I can see how some people are being like, hey, if someone's already making good money, they can run one ad and make $500, you know, run a 3-minute ad or something. And then, yeah, I guess at the end of the day, like, maybe you should save your money if you need to. It's totally, there's nothing wrong with that. But I think it's just one of those things, if you like it, you support it, you want to buy some merch, you want to buy a little plushie, you want to buy a shirt, you want to go and throw a few gift subs, I think that's okay. I think that's personally okay. Now, once again, I think a good streamer typically would be like, let's run an ad, let's do a sponsor instead, to not have to put that financial burden on the community. But that's one thing I've also noticed too as well for Vedal, is that many times he's like, hey, we could just go and play video games now. Hey, we hit these sub-train records, you guys don't have to do this, let's go play Pokemon. Hey, like, you know, I appreciate you guys, but like, we're chill, like, we don't have to make it like super big. Like, it's not, it doesn't, like, even the subathon was like a 1-second timer at a time, you know? So it wasn't like he's like, let's go milk this for as long as we can, let's go do a 20, like, let's do this for 7 months straight. Which even if that happens, it happens, you know? But it doesn't seem like it's that bad. Like, I mean, it's just a fun event you can support if you want to, throw some primer subs down there too as well. Or if you just want to watch the content in the background, you kind of can. I don't know, I think a lot of people have been overly critiquing everything on this event. Now, like I said, Kai Cenat got the same heat. And it makes sense though. Like, you have these working people, you have people in like a recession at this point. Some people have jobs, but if you don't have a job, don't give money. If you have a little extra money, like I said, I don't mind dropping 20 bucks for a meme. I've spent $20 on some of the stupidest things ever. I've probably spent thousands of dollars on CSGO cases, and I have definitely not made that money back like I've made bad life calls. But like sometimes just for the sake of the fun of it, you know, it's like not the world's end all be all. But a lot of people are over here talking this out. And like if he actually wanted people to stop subbing, he would turn off the hype train function, pause the subathon timer while sleeping, and turn off these alerts. This is one of the greediest subathons out there. Or he's like, people are saying, yeah, this is just, oh guys, please stop giving your money to me. But a lot of these comments are people calling out. It's like these people just seem miserable. You know what I mean? Like they're like, what's up with this AI that just responds to the comments and the owners of it who just say stuff in the background? Like, I don't know. I think it's all optional. It didn't seem like this person's like, we need to go hit this goal so I can buy this next house. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like it was ever that bad. It seemed pretty welcoming. It seemed like people were enjoying the fun of it all. And it seemed like everyone was just enjoying the time. You know, I thought it was an enjoyable experience from everything I had a chance to go and see, but apparently some people just think it was greedy. Some people think it was too much. Now, I might be a little biased because I am a Twitch streamer. So like I keep on saying thank you for everyone who subbed or checked out the Twitch or Twitter, whatever it might be. So maybe I'm biased because I understand and appreciate how much whenever people subscribe to me or if ever supported me, it helps. It's crazy. It's nice. But I guess I can maybe see why if you're making over $1 million on subs alone, do you really need more? But at the same time, this is something that was earned. It was an event. It seemed like a one-time thing. And the Vedal guy has never seemed like someone who is just trying to milk it for everything it's worth. Like, I'm not seeing Rage Shadow Legend sponsors 24/7. I'm not seeing you guys go check out with Honey and also gift another 50 subs for Nurosama Bikini. You know, it doesn't seem like it's that hardcore. It seems like he was just, people want to do it. There was fun inside memes with it all. And it seemed like most people in that community enjoyed it all. So maybe I'm being a little, like, simpy. Maybe I'm overly defending it all. Who knows at the end of the day, but I do think there's a time and place. If you got the spare money, I don't think it's that bad. You definitely should not be taking out credit card debt or overspending just for the sake of 3 seconds of dopamine. But if you're a grown adult and you have money or a Prime sub or you just enjoy the event as a whole, I don't think there's something that bad and that wrong with it, you know? I don't know, maybe I'm biased. But at the same time, I always try my best to make YouTube videos or take sponsors, so I don't have to rely too much on like subscriptions or subs or whatever for my own Twitch community, because I feel like if I can go and pull $1,000 sponsor on a video and then I can just go and do that instead, then I don't have to worry too much about getting gift subs or whatever. But at the same time, I mostly do content for fun, which is why you're hopefully watching this still. So thank you for watching it. But that's about my thoughts on this all. It's kind of sad that so many people are calling out for being greedy. It just didn't seem like that was that vibe. It seemed like there was a lot more controversy on this subathon, but maybe it's on every single one, because like I mentioned, Kai Sanat even got some flack over there. And just make sure you guys are always just careful with your money, because sometimes, you know, it's okay to have a little bit of a buffer, have an emergency savings before you do some frivolous spending. But as long as you're doing that and you have a nice job, go and gift your subs to your AI overlords, all you would want. So that's kind of my thoughts, little random video on this one. I appreciate y'all so much for watching over here. And yeah, that's all I kind of got. Love you guys very much. Mwah.